home for the release of Mazen Amdekan. Today, tomorrow, it will be tight, more tight, because a lot of people have observed that today is sit at home and tomorrow is sit at home. They know we have not cancelled it. The sit at home goes on till Thursday. You know, sometimes I look at these people. I just don't understand the kind of brain that they have. Everybody is shouting, Tinubu, Tinubu, oh, Tinubu he cannot be sworn in as a president. And I asked them, where were you when you were contesting against him? Did you have all the information and you pilot it and validated his candidacy? And then after that, you come and start shouting on social media, disturbing our peace. When we should focus on fighting our way out of Nigeria, you are bringing this one and bringing that one. Where were you when he was contesting? Now, having said that, I want everybody to understand this, that Tinubu have gathered the worst criminals in Nigeria. So, for those who are praying like Adeboye, that's why sometimes I look at these pastors. They are disgrace to God. They are disgrace to Christianity. Look at Pastor Adeboye, that may God use Tinubu to fix Nigeria. And people will go to his church on Sunday. Honestly, as a Christian that I am ashamed of such people. Adeboye of all people is now turning around to tell you Tinubu is going to fix Nigeria. You can imagine, the same man who told you Buhari will fix Nigeria, the same man, after 8 years, Buhari have destroyed everything, including killing indigenous people in Nigeria. The same Adeboye summon courage. People should be punching him anywhere he is. Because these are the people who have destroyed the future of people, indigenous people in Nigeria. How can Adeboye come to podium and pick up microphone and say, Tinubu will fix Nigeria? Ask him, which of the God told him that Buhari is the Messiah in 2015? Which of the God? Which of the God told Adeboye to fight against Goodluck Jonathan? Now, he is he is not even ashamed of himself to come to say, oh, Tinubu, God will use Tinubu to fix Nigeria. And people will wake up on Sunday morning and go to his church and allow that particular man, a demonic man, to lay his hand upon them. In fact, demon don't even, demon cannot find himself in such people because, I'm telling you, they are too rotten. Adeboye is too rotten to have demon in him. Maybe it's some kind of more spirit that, manipulates people. The church. And when the person succeed and nobody, get him, all of them will become minister of God. What God is going to judge is plenty. I want you people to ask Adeboye one question. Which of the Buhari was he talking about in 2015? Which of the Buhari? The same Adeboye went to Aso Rock, came back and said, oh, if you do not divide, this one will do this one will do that one. There is nothing like God in these people. God have left them. And we are the people that God speaks to these days. God have left them. Because how can Adeboye wake up and say, Tinubu, God is going to use Tinubu to, to fix Nigeria? How, how come? Now, let me tell you what is happening today. Today is to expose how Tinubu are gathering criminals to run for the Nigeria he want to run. Of course, we are not part of them. From the 29th of May, while they are doing their shenanigans in Abuja, Biafrans are packing their bags. I am telling you the fact. And anybody that stays anywhere in the north, from Biafra land, if you are a Biafran, you stay in Lagos, you stay in northern Nigeria, you are on your own. I am telling you the fact. After 29th of this month, believe me, anywhere you are in Nigeria as a Biafran, believe me, you are on your own. Our resources will be only made available to protect those that are in Biafra territory. We are not going to protect you in Lagos. We are not going to protect you in Meduguri. We are not going to protect you in Kano. I am telling you the fact. Our resources will be made available to protect those in Biafra land. I will make sure that from the 29th day of this month, we are going to chase away military from Biafra land. I am telling you, every Nigerian military will be chased away from Biafra land. Every Nigerian police will be chased away in Biafra land. We are going to chase them from barrack to barrack, from their headquarter to headquarter, until no atom of any Nigeria security will be left in Biafra territory. And for that reason, if you are in Lagos, hear it today. Biafra will not protect you in Lagos. We will not protect you in Kano. We will not protect you in Meduguri. You are going to be protected in Biafra land. Those who come back will guarantee their security in Biafra land. Let it not be said that you didn't hear it, this announcement. Because from 29th of May, by the time you start crying for help, we will not be there for you. I am telling you today, Biafra will not be there for you. The Biafra government in exile will make sure we protect the people in Biafra territory. We will bring our resources to make sure that every person in Biafra territory is protected and gets the onslaught of the Nigeria-sponsored terrorists. We can never allow them to kill anybody anymore in Biafra land. Having said that, I want everybody to watch how the Tinubu is gathering criminals to come and run Nigeria for you. Those of you watching on Twitter, we urge you to join us on Enter Biafra and let us continue this exposition. Thank you. If you are watching from Twitter, please join us on Enter Biafra. Thank you very much. All right. We're going to have commercial, and then we'll start immediately without wasting time. We are saying we want to be free. It is not only Biafra that is going to be free this year. A lot of nations will break. Nigeria is going to break into pieces, and we, the Biafra people, are going to make it possible. I am telling you now, it is not a hidden thing. It is going to happen this year. Those of you who are planning to have election in 2023, which is next month, you are going to fail. We will disappoint you, and you will disappoint yourself. You're welcome back to the program. And again, I remain Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Let us listen to one of our brother who was, who disappeared for a long time, and now we can see him again. First of all, I want to comment. First of all, I want to commend Ifeanyi Ubah for his look. He looked very healthy this time, and I must commend him for that. I must commend him for having gone to work out very well, and now he looked like a human being. Have you all noticed that Ifeanyi Ubah looked like a human being? Look at him. He looked like a human being now, not like a pregnant man. And so I give him accolade for that, for now looking like somebody, looking like a human being. Honestly, I don't know how he did it, but I give him accolade for this kind of look after many months of disappearance. All right, let us hear him.
Technically, when you listen to my brother, His Excellency Dave Umahi, he said that the candidate came to him. He said also that the president-elect invited him. That's two things. He came to him for consultation, and the president invited him. Now, the question is this: have Godswill Akpabio come to the Southeast Caucus? I am aware he has seen the Southwest Caucus. Can you take it back to him and ask him if he had seen the Southeast Caucus?
If he consults with you
Okay.
without doubts,
Has we been asked to come to maybe on the invitation of the ruling party or in the invitation of the elect, and then please help me to achieve this. This is what I have also for you people. I mean, we came to the National Assembly from different platforms, and we shouldn't be treated like nobody.
You are nobody in Nigeria, and that is what is paining some of us. Why would he find you back after all that has happened, after all they did, how they betray everything we are doing? He is crying for ordinary Akpabio. Ordinary Akpabio. This whole insult is now being shifted to even Akpabio can look at Ndibo now and insult them. You can imagine. He insults them, disregard them, and Ifanyoba is making a very good point here. Ifanyoba said, Omahe told him or told them that the candidate, which is Akpabio, approached him to step down. Now, Tinubu, who is the selected candidate, the Pablo Escobar, approached Omahe to step down for Akpabio. And Omahe, who is a very big disgrace, even though he built airport in Ebonyi State, is a very stupid and foolish man. Instead of Omahe to tell the Akpabio to come and meet the caucus from the south, from their so-called southeast. Let us be thinking, I'm just trying to let you people understand that the people that you claim representing you doesn't have brain. Now, Ifanyoba, after having reduced weight, is beginning to think like a human being. At least, this is the first time I'm hearing him thinking like this. So now he looked like a human being and he thinking like somebody. He said, why can't Akpabio come to meet the inner caucus, the caucus of the Senate from the southeast? Because he already met the people from the south. Now, he don't understand. Akpabio don't know them. They doesn't exist. He called them bunch of criminals who sells their brother for peanut. That is what Ifanyoba and the so-called Southeast Caucus represent. Is it not the Southeast Caucus that has badged 10 years imprisonment in UK? UK Kweremadu is one of them. He's a criminal sentenced to 10-year imprisonment in the UK. Now, what is baffling me, why I am saying that Tinubu is gathering the worst criminal in Nigeria, is the following report. One moment. I want you to understand that a few days ago, there was a report. EFCC asked Akpabio to turn himself in over corruption investigation. This was on the 28th of April, 2023, just 10 days ago, 10 to 11 days ago. EFCC was looking for Akpabio. Now, what are they going to do so that Akpabio, the EFCC that is controlled by Fulanis, will not go and hold Akpabio, arrest him, jail him like before he becomes the Senate president? He has to work with Tinubu. Tinubu has to promise him in their drug cartel that immediately he becomes the Senate president, all this money that they are accusing him of, every billions that have been looted, including bombing of pipeline to get contract and all that, will not longer be investigated. And it's for that reason, Omahe have been approached by Akpabio. The reason Akpabio approached Omahe and Omahe stepped down is not because of the interest of Ndibo. Those who are telling you Simon Ekpa is not representing Ndibo, Simon Ekpa don't like. I am telling you today, Omahe accepting to step down for Akpabio is not for the best interest of Ndibo, as they claim. For those who want one Nigeria, the best interest of why the Omahe stepped down is for the interest of Akpabio not to be under investigation for his corruption and criminality in Nigeria. Umahi accepting to step down for Akpabio, listening to Tinubu, means that what they are running in Aso Rock, or what they are going to run in Aso Rock for those who are Nigeria, is what? Criminal syndicates, organized criminal gangs, whereby if Akpabio is under investigation and there is a position that once he entered there, he begins to enjoy immunity, they will give that position to him for immunity as a Senate president. Now, the question you are going to ask yourself is, what is Umahi going to get by stepping down for Akpabio? You don't need to ask question. It is also going to be rob me, I rob you. Every case that will be brought against Umahi, Tinubu, who will be controlling Akpabio and controlling the Senate, will use Akpabio and Tinubu to quench whatever that is going to come for Umahi because of the looting Umahi have done, even though he was building this in Ebonyi State airport for 30 billion. Airport is, Umahi was given grant of 30 billion to build Ebonyi Airport. Ebonyi Airport is a nice place, but did it really cost 30 billion? I am asking you, did Ebonyi State Airport really cost 30 billion? The answer is no. So Umahi stepping down is to also safeguard his own corruption case that is going to come against him later on. I want you people to understand that Nigeria can never move forward. It can never move forward. It is now getting worse, that if you do not support Biafra, believe me, all of you will be sleeping one day and you will disappear. I am telling you, Nigeria will just sell you. Before you know it, you don't know where you are again. Because in this particular government that is coming, that Biafra will never going to be part of, for those of you who will be stepping down for another person to go for the, to continue to subjugate Biafra people to slavery, it is not going to work. We will make sure that no presence of Tinubu will be felt in the entire Biafra territory. I'm telling you, from the 29th day of May, Tinubu presidency will be in Abuja and Lagos, and of course in Yoruba land. It can never be president in Biafra land. And as soon as they are swearing Tinubu in, Biafra is parting its ways. And it is going to be a systematic way we are going to use. We're not going to use the system that they have ever heard of. You are going to see what we're going to do from the 29th day of this month. Believe me. When we are talking about 29, you think it is next 2 years. No. We are just talking about a few weeks from now. Everybody is going to see it. I have said it several times. The fight for the freedom of Biafra is multi-dimensional. We are using different approach. And you must understand that. Today, everything is working for good for Biafra people. Now, Akpabio is now coming to become Senate president. And nobody have raised eyebrow. None of these people are now talking that Akpabio have been invited by EFCC. Why are they not talking about the case of corruption, criminality, and money laundering and all of them against Akpabio? They're not talking about it. It is when he becomes the Senate president now, somebody will come with his pregnancy belly and the pregnancy stomach as a man. You know what they do is they drink and they feed themselves and they are all big in the stomach. Somebody will carry stomach in National Assembly. Oh, Akpabio is then that is when they will know there is a judiciary, there is a law court filing Akpabio, it should be investigated. They will be telling you that, as a Senate president, he is enjoying some immunity, he cannot be investigated, and blah, blah, blah. But today, they are stepping down and stepping up for Akpabio, and nobody is talking. And Tinubu, who is the Escobar Pablo of Nigeria, has endorsed him, even going privately to Umahi and several individuals to lobby them to support Akpabio so that every criminality of Akpabio will die natural death. Let us read it. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, has asked a former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs and Senator-elect for Akwa Ibom Northwest District, Godwin Akpabio, to report at its headquarters in Abuja for interrogation over a corruption investigation against him. Now, have he attended this particular summon? Have he honored this summon to be investigated for corruption charges against him? The answer is no. But nobody is talking about it. Mr. Akpabio is one of the contenders for the office of the Senate President in the 10th National Assembly. The EFCC asked Mr. Akpabio to personally report to Anti-Graft Agency on 9th May. Today is 9th May. Did he honor this invitation? This was contained in the EFCC follow-up letter dated 13 April to Mr. Akpabio through his lawyer, Ume Kalo San. Mr. Akpabio, a former governor of Akwa Ibom State, was earlier invited by the EFCC on March, but Mr. Kalo, in a letter to the commission dated 27 March, said his client would not be able to honor the invitation due to scheduled medical appointment overseas. Are you hearing it? Medical appointment overseas. I want you people to know the kind of excuses the lawyers are helping these criminals in Nigeria to commit this kind of fraud and put everyone's life in danger, including your future. Lawyer is writing, can Akpabio now come to tender the medical report from the abroad hospital? Akpabio, did he travel? Listen, everybody, listen. According to Mr. Kalu's letter, the senator-elect was suffering from pneumonia and the cardiac arrhythmia and was advised to seek medical treatment abroad. You see, they are advised to seek medical treatment abroad because there is no hospital in Nigeria to treat this pneumonia and the cardiac arrhythmia and whatever that he was suffering, cardiac arrest or whatever. Okay? They cannot equip their hospital. There is no healthcare system that Akpabio will go for treatment. The doctors in Nigeria have to now refer him to abroad. The question now is that, have he visited the abroad hospital? Is he back now in Nigeria? Has he honored or have he informed the EFCC that he has come back? The answer is no. All this shenanigan that we're doing now, he's doing now, is to buy time so that Tinubu will help him and tell Omahi to step down, tell another person to step down, use money and gorogoro with everything to make him become the Senate president. And then after that, they are going to go back to EFCC and say, oh, you invited him. Yes, now he has become the Senate president. There is immunity on that. I am telling you the fact. And that will be the end of the story. The pneumonia is an acute respiratory infection that affects the lung, making breathing painful and limiting oxygen intake. While cardiac arrhythmia, on the other hand, is an irregular heartbeat. All these things he is suffering, yet you see him gallivanting and gallivanting very well. You see him gallivanting. It is the light of above that we respectfully request that our client's appointment with you be scheduled to a date convenient to your officers, preferably after the Easter and the Ramadan holiday. The Easter and the Ramadan holiday have come and gone. Has Akpabio visited the even if he visited the EFCC, he will use money to shut them. Are they not Nigerians? Mr. Uche, the lawyer, said in his reply to EFCC on behalf of Mr. Akpabio, it is unclear for now if the invitation was in connection with the activities while serving as a minister of Niger Delta Affairs during his tenure as a governor of oil-rich Akwa Ibom. And he is coming to occupy a public office. Thank you very much, www.acomb@gmail.com for that particular comment. That is it. Even a sick person coming to occupy public office. He is not coming to occupy public office. Rather, he is coming to hide at the Senate to cover his crimes and corruption, and that is what Nigeria represents. That's why we are not interested in Nigeria, because what he's coming to do is not to serve the public. It's not to serve the interests of Nigeria. It's not to serve the interests of these people. It is to serve his own personal interest first, by securing his own safety so that he will not be put into prison. He can never be put into prison because he is part of the cabal of Tinubu. That's why I attacked this broadcast. Tinubu gathering the worst criminals in Nigeria. You can see, Akpabio is one of the worst criminals from the South. You can imagine a government official that is planning to bomb pipeline and get the contract. Did you not hear the audio that leaked one time ago, where he was commanding militants, giving them money, 70 million, to go and bomb pipeline? After bombing it, he will now go and get money to fix the pipeline. Did you not hear when I did that particular exposition? I did it. So he's a criminal. Now Tinubu is bringing him to Senate to facilitate his criminality as a president, nothing else, so that Akpabio will become the president of Senate, and Tinubu will be pressing button from Aso Rock, and their drug businesses, their cartel, private jet, cocaine, and everything, his Yoruba syndicate, they will all be running to Qatar, where the drug is more expensive. That is what is going to happen, and that's what is going on. So the planning you see now, Umahi stepping down, is never for the interest of Ebonyi people, never for the interest of Ndibo, never for the interest of indigenous people in Nigeria. Umahi stepping down is because he has agreed, as a criminal syndicate, he is to work. Do you understand? Because he knows that immediately Akpabio become the Senate president, all this crime you hear me reading now, everything gone under the carpet. They are the one who will confirm the next chairman of EFCC. The Senate is the one who will confirm who become the minister. Senate is the one who will confirm who become who. So before you go and start investigating, all those people that open case against Akpabio and you want to be confirmed as a minister, he will first of all tell you, if you do not drop this case against me, don't come to the red chamber, you can never be confirmed. I am telling you the fact. EFCC chairman need to come to the Senate. It is under Akpabio. I hope you are getting the point. Now, why I'm making this exposition today is that nobody is asking the EFCC, what is the allegation against Akpabio? They are not going there. Nobody is talking about that. All they are talking about now is that, Umahi has stepped down for Akpabio. Tinubu approved Akpabio. And everybody is Akpabio. Nobody is talking about the criminal charges, investigation, allegation against Akpabio, which we know it is not even an allegation, it is real. Now let us listen to, apart from that, listen to how they ridicule the Biafra, Igbo-speaking Biafra people. Even when they are yet to become the Senate president, they're already ridiculing them. When Tinubu is not yet a president, he is already showing them what he's going to do. He is not yet a president. He doesn't have regard to them. Akpabio is not yet a Senate president. He's already disregarding them. Going to the people personally, going to Umahi personally to appeal to Umahi to step down. He forgot about the Kakus, other people from the eastern part of Nigeria. He doesn't regard them. He is not yet a Senate president too. And the Ifeanyi Uba is crying. When the person is not yet a president of the Senate, Ifeanyi Uba is crying. I want everybody to listen, pay attention to what I'm saying, because we are going to come back here at the end of the day when it starts happening. But then Biafra have gone far. I am telling you the fact. So what am I trying to do this evening is that the best thing for you to do now is not to waste your time waiting for Pablo Escobar to become a president, or waiting for, illusional P2B to become a president, or waiting for Atiku. All those things are nonsense. It can never work. If Obi is declared the winner by the court, these people will bring war that you've never seen before. I am telling you the fact. And if Tinubu is sworn in on 29th, these people will do nothing because they have nothing to offer. Obi is only strong on social media. Even on social media itself, they have defeated him. You don't see Obedient anymore on social media. Do you see them? You didn't see them on social media anymore. Obi is sleeping now in the court. We saw him sleeping. He was sleeping in the court. So he's not a president yet. He's sleeping in the court. In the court where it is the most important place for him now to go and open his eye to observe everything that is going on. Obi is there sleeping. I am telling you. And I wonder, if he's sleeping in the court, how is he going to be president? If he can sleep in the court where his own mandate and the hope is lying. He went there to start sleeping. Now watch.
That is it. We shouldn't be treated like nobody. And it's it's becoming a decimal for people to always, abuse people of Southeast in this manner. That should stop.
What do you do about it?
Well, we can't say what we'll do, but we'll see the end of the game, how it will be.
I mean,
the most important thing, there's nothing, nobody's having anything against the president-elect. He's a nice gentleman.
You can imagine this one.
He's a good man.
You can imagine.
But
it's calling
in this, we don't know the politics that played that, gave room for this, because he shouldn't even be part of this in the first place.
Okay.
Even though, yes, he needs to have a good Senate that he will work with. But he shouldn't have come in so quick.
Okay.
And for my brother, His Excellency Dave Umahi, that just threw in, he gave a statement a day, and then after a day, he was consulted, and the people came to him, and the president called him, President-elect called him, and then he gave up. Okay, that's good. In politics, maybe they gave him the right words for him.
Okay, you hear that? For him. Now let us take it back a little bit.
Listening to my brother, His Excellency Dave Umahi, he said that the candidate came to him. He said also that the president-elect invited him. That's two things. He came to him for consultation, and the president invited him. Now the question is this: have Godswill Akpabio come to the Southeast Caucus? I am aware he has seen the Southwest Caucus. Can you take it back to him and ask him if he had seen the Southeast Caucus?
If he consults with you without doubts,
has he been asked to come to, maybe on the invitation of the ruling party or on the invitation of the president-elect, and then please help me to achieve this. This is what I have also for you people. I mean, we came to the National Assembly from different platforms, and we shouldn't be treated like nobody. That is it. We shouldn't be treated like nobody. And it's becoming a decimal for people to always, abuse people of Southeast in this manner. That should stop.
What do you do about it?
Well, we can't say what we'll do, but we'll see the end of the game, how it will be.
I mean,
the most important thing, there's nothing, nobody's having anything against the president-elect. He's a nice gentleman. He's a good man. But in this, we don't know the politics that played that, gave room for this, because he shouldn't even be part of this in the first place.
Okay, you don't know.
Even though, yes, he needs to have a good Senate that he will work with. But he shouldn't have come in so quick. And for my brother, His Excellency Dave Umahi, that just threw in, he gave a statement a day, and then after a day, he was consulted, and the people came to him, and the president called him, President-elect called him, and then he gave up. Okay, that's good. In politics, maybe they gave him the right words for him.
Okay. All right. Now we are going to go again. Let us see what they wrote about Umahi. This commercial. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. All right. You're welcome back. Let us check Umahi and know what Umahi said. Senate presidency, Tinubu urged me to step down for Akpabio. Umahi. Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State has disclosed that the president-elect Bola Tinubu urged him to step down for Senator Godwin Akpabio in the race for the 10th Senate presidency. Umahi made this disclosure on Monday at the Muhammad Buhari International Airport, Onoeke, while answering questions from newsmen on arrival to the state from Abuja. The governor said that he discussed the issue of his Senate presidency bid with Tinubu and had to assess and had to accede to his request in the interest of all progressive Congress. Congress, it is not in the interest of anybody. Of course, it is not even in the interest of all progressive, interest of all the criminal syndicate and the Southeast zone. How was that an interest of the Southeast zone? I discussed the issue with him when he was in Paris, and on return to the country, he invited me. It is his right as a president-elect to make commitment, and anyone running for such office makes promises. I did not want to be a clod in the wheel of his progress, so I accepted. Are you hearing that? Akpabio is going to be the one that will make him progress. And so Umahi don't want to be an obstacle to that. So he has to accept. Umahi said that his withdrawal from the race was in the interest of the Southeast, as it could no longer continue to be the opposition, to be in the opposition. We cannot continue opposing everything, as politics is all about dialogue, give and take. What could have happened if I said no, considering our effort to promote the APC in the zone? We all get a tangible position, he said. Are you hearing it? It is all about promoting the APC in the Southeast zone. In the Southeast zone, Umahi, instead of thinking of Biafra, is still thinking of how to promote APC. He's still thinking of how to bring more subjugation, more criminality, more suffering, more hunger into the Southeast zone, because that is the only thing they represent. He is not, now he has opportunity to do whatever he wants to do at the Senate. He has opportunity to become a Senate president, to do whatever. That is, I am saying this because those who are always talking about one Nigeria and only talking about governor, only talking about Southeast leaders, always talking about what are the governors saying about Biafra. We never ever wanted these people to be part of Biafra, and they can never be part of Biafra. You think that Umahi will ordinarily just wake up one day and support Biafra with all the criminality they have done in Nigeria and supporting and what they have become in Nigeria? It is impossible. So I am not doing this for Umahi to join Biafra. We don't want him, and we don't want him to join. We are going to get Biafra without Umahi. In fact, Umahi joining Biafra will be a very big mistake for us. We don't need him. We don't need people like him to join Biafra. We will fight them, because these are the people that we are going to fight. That will give, fighting them will give Biafra the credibility that is needed. I am telling you the fact. Without fighting people like Umahi, Biafra will never come. It is them, these people like Umahi, are the one that subjected Biafrans to all manner of slavery, subjugation, all this kind of marginalization, as they call it, killings in the Southeast. They are the one that, they are the genitor of all this crime happening in the Southeast. So without fighting them, the credibility in getting this Biafra will not be there. So we don't need Umahi. Umahi should be in the opposition of Biafra. Umahi should continue to grow stronger in opposing Biafra, because at the end of the day, we need that opposition to push more for Biafra to come. But I have just come this evening to tell you that what you see them doing now is gathering all the criminals in Nigeria politics, putting them together to commit the worst crime on earth. I am telling you, Nigeria is going to, in fact, it is for our own good, the Biafra people. So all of you that are worried about 29th, please don't worry about 29th of May. Let them swear in Tinubu. It is for our own good. Let Akpabio become the Senate president. It is for our own good. We have legitimate requests. We are fighting a legitimate fight. Let them swear in Tinubu. I am telling you, immediately Tinubu become the president, it is not only us that will be now shouting. Believe me, you are going to see many of them shouting, shouting for, they want a referendum. But then we are going to lock our door somehow and let them be shouting the referendum from the outside. But at the end of the day, the referendum will favor, the shouting they are going to be shouting will favor us. So every Biafra must calm down. Everything that is going to happen from 29 is going to be for our own good. If the swearing in Tinubu is for the best interest of Biafra, because by then all the forces will join together and they will begin to support what we are doing for Biafra exit this year. And if they decide not to swear in Tinubu, the Tinubu and his criminal gangs, and of course Shetima is the founder of Boko Haram, they are going to bring more insurgents to begin to fight them from Abuja. So it is going to also facilitate Biafra. I want you people to understand that the way Nigeria is now, going forward and going backward is not easy. I am telling you, every decision they make favors us. And that is why you see the reason why it is important that we maintain the momentum of this struggle for Biafra. If we have not maintained this struggle, the momentum up to this point, is it when this thing started happening after 29th that you're going to wake up and say, okay, let us start fighting for Biafra? No. If we have not put all this mechanism in place and even gone beyond our expectation, is it from the 29th of May you are going to be running around to set up government in exile? Is it on the 29th of May you are going to start writing nation? We have written to many nations of the world, notifying them of what is to come. So I believe that after 29th of May, there is nothing you are going to hear happening in Biafra land that is going to surprise many countries. By tomorrow, I will be notifying the president of Finland of our communication so far to many organizations, including to the European Union and the United Nations. Tomorrow, I will officially submit a notification to the president of Finland, notifying him of our letters so far. Some of the important letters so far, we're going to notify the president of Finland, we're going to notify the former president of Finland, and put them on notice. This is what the government is doing. My brother, we have gone far. I am telling you the fact. So by the time things start happening, nobody will say they have not been notified about the Biafra plight. So I am urging all Biafrans to put their ear on the ground tomorrow. We are going to hear update from the Biafra government in exile as we are going to officially notify annexes to the president of Finland, both the serving president and the former president of Finland. Both are very, very significant in international politics. And we are going to submit officially documents to them tomorrow. We will submit over 400 pages of document to them tomorrow. And you are going to hear that in the news. All right, I'm going to stop here. I want everybody to understand that most of the things we are doing now has to be more of awareness, media awareness, and it has to continue to be like that. And by the way, I just noticed that I've joined the clue. It is a good thing to see them, not always attacking Simon Ekpa. So let us bring some of the report I saw this evening before we go into taking telephone calls. One moment. I saw something on the news. One moment. All right, here we go. I think this is just 4 hours ago. All right, it is good to see that. Let us see what Sahara Reporter had to say. It is good to see that Sahara Reporter, has joined the awareness campaign. This is Sahara Reporter 4 hours ago. Nnamdi Kanu's disciple Ekpa writes ECOWAS court over indefinite adjournment of suit filed by Northern Group to seek referendum for Biafra. You see, we are still waiting for the correspondence from them. This is from Sahara Reporter, as you can see. This is from Sahara Reporter. This was seen in a letter signed by Ekpa in his newly proclaimed capacity as the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile. So anyway, it is good that I just come across this evening. So the game is changing. If not that, I think the game have changed, not just changing. So this is it. And at least it does not matter how they write it, but the information is there. The awareness is coming with a speed like train. So if you block the way, the train will smash you. This was seen in a letter signed by Ekpa in his newly proclaimed capacity as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. The letter is dated May 8 and addressed to the Community Court of Justice, ECOWAS Court. Simon Ekpa, self-proclaimed disciple of Mazi Nnamdi, the detailed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has written to the ECOWAS Court over the indefinite adjournment of a lawsuit brought before the regional court by the coalition of a northern group to seek referendum for the Biafra Republic. Now, nobody is talking about this particular lawsuit. They have swept it under the carpet. But we are not going to let them rest. The government of Biafra Republic in exile have been activated, and we are going to exhume. We are exhuming everything exhumable. And that's what we are doing. After all these things you see what we are doing now, we are going to hit Nigeria hard. Believe me, that's what we are doing. First of all, we need to exhume everything exhumable, create the awareness in the most highest places in the world, and then they will know that we're not playing. Now, this was seen in a letter signed by Ekpa in his newly proclaimed capacity as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. The letter dated 8 May and addressed to the ECOWAS community, to the Community Court of Justice, ECOWAS Court. According to the letter, Ekpa asked the court to review the current status of the case, noting how the continued prolongation of the case is jeopardizing the interests of Biafra and the Igbo people living in Nigeria. This is what Ifeanyi Ubah should be asking. This is what Dave Umahi should be asking. This is what Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, Iwanyanwu should be asking, and not Senate President. The letter read, "We write to remind you of the lawsuit at the ECOWAS Court sitting in Abuja by the coalition of Northern Group and the other 18 nationalities seeking referendum toward a peaceful exit of Biafra and other indigenous groups from Nigeria. The lawsuit was adjourned to 20th October 2020 by Justice Inyang Ekwo. I want all of you to understand that we are still waiting for them. They must reply to this particular request. The African Charter on Human Rights and People's Rights states that every citizen in any African country has the right to say that he or she is no longer interested in the remaining in that country. Hence, we want to know the status of this case and when the ECOWAS court intend to hear this suit, as Biafra people cannot wait indefinitely. Biafra of the old eastern region of Nigeria are living under existential threat in one Nigeria. So we Biafra demand referendum for a peaceful exit from Nigeria. Biafra estimated about all this. Anyway, of course, it was reported completely without removing or adding anything. And I commend I commend the Sahara reporters. I commend Sahara reporters for putting it the way it is. At least this time around, they did not twist anything like they used to twist it before. But I want everybody to understand what we are doing. You know, before, some of these Achikote people, they will tell you, what has IPOB done? Oh, tell me who they have written to. Tell me whether any country is talking with them. Tell me who have they approached. Tell me this, that. Tell me that. Today, they are not talking because the government of Biafra Republic government in exile have activated its full function, all department, and we are now taking the bull by its horn. So anybody that is going to say we did not write to them or we did not inform them, they should make it very clear now. So we are going to write them so that they will not have any complaint to say when we start this offensive for Biafra liberation, they will say, oh, we did not inform them before we start. From 29th May this month, when they are doing that in Abuja, Biafra is taking their freedom by themselves. Thank you very much. And we are going to open our telephone line for calls, and the calls is going to last for just a few minutes so that you know the manner, the modus operandi of our brokers have changed, and because of the workload now, we are going to be having broadcast for just 1 hour. And I know that I don't know if our women Umada is coming online. They're supposed to be online in our media team platform. They're supposed to be online. So I think we are going to allow them to allow the Umada. We are having another fundraising this weekend, and I want everybody to understand that fundraising is something that is going to be happening, you know, almost every week. For those who are saying it is too soon, now the fund and resources is needed like never before. So Umada is set, right? All right. So Umada, you people can go online. You can go online and inform Biafrans. We are having fundraising this Saturday. Please, everybody must take note of this. It's very, very important. Because of that, we are not going to have, we are not going to receive call. We're not going to receive calls, so Omada can go live on our IPOB Autopilot media platform. Thank you very much. All right, I've confirmed Umada. Please watch Umada on all platforms, please. And